Hello again everybody, this is Amorgin and we have another installment in this Armadas saga, guys, because we've had an update today. We're going to look at some of the recycled events and some Armadas action. We're going to look at the rewards from those events and see if they're worth it. And we're going to look at some of the good news that's in all of this, as well as what packs are available for you guys to buy in the store. And also, of course, for the free-to-play guys like me, the packs that are available in the Alliance store. So without further ado, let's crack on. So guys, we've got this update and it says that there are powerful new foes appearing throughout the galaxy and that we'll need cunning, skill and cooperation to defeat them. Now, I don't know about the cunning and the skill because this is all standard enough and very straightforward. Maybe a bit of cooperation could be gotten from this. Maybe we could be doing with a little bit more cooperation. We'll come back to that in a wee second. A rehash of a number of different events that we've seen already there, guys, so nothing wild or exciting in any of this. It's really just a higher level version of what we've been doing already. It's really not what I wanted. It's not what I was looking forward to. I was looking for something a little bit more special, for something that's supposed to be rare. But there we have it. It's a higher level version of the standard Armada, and the homeboys were out getting stuck into it, and we'll come back to a little bit of what we were doing there in a little moment, because it all adds into a leaderboard event and the different events that are on, and again we'll catch up in more detail with that. But essentially, guys, it's working okay. My first impression of it is that this is one of the situations that you're actually going to be glad that a higher level Alliance member can bump a lower level Alliance member out of the Armada. It's unlikely that it's going to come to that because you'll want to be defeating these rare Armadas. You want to be sure of winning. You want to be defeating them, making sure. Now there's your 300. I got 300 out of that. 300 rare Armada credits, and we'll open up a wee bit of a chest at the end with those guys. But I was saying about the idea that we might be glad that a higher level Alliance member might bump a lower member out of your Armada. And the reason I say that, guys, is because it's so difficult to get these rare directives to launch this. Now, if you've bought them, it's not so difficult, of course, but for a free-to-play, it's difficult to get these. It's a long slog to get them, doing lots of normal Armadas, standard Armadas, getting the chests, the uncommon chests and all from that, and building up these rare directives can be quite a task. So you'd want the higher level guys to be able to jump in there just to ensure that that Armada is not wasted. We can waste an uncommon Armada handy enough there, no problem. If it doesn't win, it's disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. If one of these rare Armadas if you're not gonna win it and it's not gonna work, you're gonna be very, very disappointed in losing those rare directives. So you'll want the higher level guys to be jumping in, but arguably you'll want to have your crew together to make sure you're going to defeat it first anyway. So the recommendation there, guys, would be don't just launch your rare directives there and a rare Armada and just wait for higher level members to come in. Try to make sure that they're there in the first place, because you don't want to miss out on these higher level rewards, because we are seeing faction ship blueprints and different things there coming out in those chests. So you don't want to be missing out on them if you manage to build up a bunch of rare directives. So a lot of the battle log there for some of the nerds. You can study that at your own leisure. And we're going to move on, guys, to the events that we're looking at. Now, if you are one of those guys that has gone out and paid a few pounds for a pack that's going to allow you to launch 5 rare Armadas, then I'd be a little bit disappointed with some of these rewards. They're not that great considering that you've spent a lot of money to be able to do it. Worse again, if you've been grinding up the directives. I have about 120 rare directives so far. That's what I've gotten since Armada's launched in the first place. So it's going to be a wee while before I get rare launched, but I'll want to make sure that I've done that, and it certainly won't be for these rewards that I'll be looking to complete it. It'll be for opening the chest. I'll be getting for getting the rare Armada credits and opening up those chests. We'll come back to that in a little bit more detail, but fair to say, guys, that the way those rewards are weighted as well, in between the 1,000 and the 200, it's a very greedy way of balancing the reward tiers. But we'll move on from that, guys. It's not all doom and gloom. This is a really, really, really good addition. We called for this before. The panel have mentioned it, I think, before. I've called for it before. And that's the idea of level specific leaderboard. You all know what it's like. I know what it's like. You're out there trying to compete with whales. You're out there trying to compete with people of different levels, and you haven't a hope of placing in these leaderboard events. Well, here it is now. Fair play to Scopely. Pat on the back to whoever sat up and listened to the player community when they were calling for level-specific leaderboards. This has the potential, guys, to give a good leg up to any of you free-to-play guys that are out there that are grinders and in this game that are taking your time out of your busy lives, and you're sitting there and you're dedicating your real lifetime to grind out rewards in this. Now it might be reasonably possible with this level specific leaderboard events. So all very welcome there, guys. The rewards themselves aren't terrible. They could be improved somewhat, but it is what it is, and very welcome altogether. So there's also this daily alliance reward. Again, I wouldn't be going out, your alliance wouldn't be going out hell bent on getting them rewards. They're not that amazing. Any of these alliance events are more or less done for the status that's associated with the kudos that's associated with winning them, rather than them rewards. So them rewards are a bit shabby, but an alliance event there, of course, as well, and a bunch of other rehashed events that we see regularly. The next thing we have here, guys, is my store. I don't seem to have the Armadas pack available, so even if I was tempted to break my free-to-play ways and sell out and get down and dirty and go to fast track, I wouldn't even have the option. It's not even there in my store. So guys, there's one of the packs that's available for Armadas, the Armada Victory Pack. Essentially 5 rare Armadas can be launched with that. Some nice uncommon there, guys, which would be equally as tempting, I would suggest there. If I were the sort of guy to spend money to progress, I'd be tempted by that. And some speed ups there as well, all for say €110. And we of course have a half price pack there as well, which offers less than half the rewards, about 40% of the rewards or less. Not as tempting there at all to part with my money for that. And if I were the sort of player to spend, I think I'd be going for the bigger pack, to be honest with you. But of course, I'm not recommending that. I'm going to stick with my nasty free-to-play ways and enjoy my time in Hum. Enjoy the fact that I've got an alliance, despite us having a bad rap at times. We've been known to harbour a few head cases, and it hasn't helped our reputation on occasion. But enjoy the fact that I've got a good alliance, and enjoy the fact that we've got spenders in the alliance, we've got people who are free to play in the alliance, and when it comes to times like this, particularly alliance based events like Armadas, when it comes to times like this, we all weigh in and help each other, and I'll be eternally grateful to the Hum lads for showing me the support that they always did at the very, very start, my very first out, my first video. The Hum lads there encouraged it and supported me, so I'll always be grateful to them. And it feels sometimes with these events that it's like we're a kid walking into a sweet shop, and the shopkeeper sets the sweets just barely out of reach. And when you get a good alliance like this, for me it feels like we go into the sweet shop in a little bit of a gang. We're tough enough, the shopkeeper won't mess with us too handy, and we've got a tall kid like Phil and a few others there who can reach the higher shelves, and the shopkeeper won't complain too much. And with these rare directives, it feels like it's a higher shelf again, but we're lucky in Hum to have a few of the taller kids that can reach those as well. And let's hope with the advent of epic Armadas that it's not just another higher shelf again on top of that, which will definitely rule out for free to play. But right now, having an alliance like Hum is enabling me to get these rare Armada credits, which I then turn in for these chests. And there we have the epic Armada directives, guys. We did call this in a previous video. We did say that there was going to be rare and epic Armadas, and there we have it. No faction ship blueprints there for me. I was hoping to get a full set of Covort blueprints. I hear tell that there are full sets of blueprints that'll drop on a rare occasion, so we'll wait and see how often that happens. But I'm more or less done here, guys. As always, I hope Amorgin's journey in Hum has been somewhat entertaining. I hope the video's been somewhat informative. Leave your comments as always below. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell for the notifications, guys. Don't forget that one. And as always, come and join us in Discord or leave your comments below if you wish to discuss any part of the video in any further detail. And until then, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I'll catch you all again soon. Cheers.